Je suis très heureux de vous retrouver pour cette autre volet de
I'm very happy to be with you again for this other part of our meditation series dedicated to our VIP spiritual code, vision, inspiration, provision. It is this key also that was revealed to Joshua in order for him to conquer the promised land. And it is the same key that great heroes, whether of faith or in secular life, have always used. And we have the firm conviction that it will also be this key that will be the key to success in all areas of your life. And so today we want to address a point following our previous meditation, a kind of transition between the first element of our key, which is the vision, and the second element, which is the inspiration. So we want to bring out the importance of inspiration from a practical case, which is that of Apostle Paul, who was previously called Saul, and his experience he had on the road to Damascus in Acts chapter 9. And so based on the clues that we have received, that we all have, and what we know from our previous meditation, as it says in the vision, so in the second part, we noticed that the excellent, faithful, and selfless service that Paul was perhaps giving to the cause he was defending already gave us an indication of what the vision of his life could be, which was in fact to defend the cause of God of Israel, the God of Israel, who appeared to Moses in Exodus chapter 3 verse 1 to 15 in the form of a pillar of fire in the burning bush. And so, even unconsciously, the vision in Paul's life was already clear. But despite this vision, despite this vocation manifesting itself, he failed in his plans. Why? Because beyond the vision, beyond the good intentions that he had vis-a-vis God, in reality, he drank from the source of tradition, from a source of inspiration that came out of the traditions of his fathers, of the teachings of Pharisees, and so forth. And what does that imply? It is that you too can be well placed, exactly in your place, according to the vocation, according to the call of your life, with regard to whether it is perhaps your ministry or even your marriage or your job or anywhere, but you will still fail. Why? For a simple reason: if you don't have the right source of inspiration. And so, going back to the case of Paul in chapter 9, what did God have to actually do for him? In Acts 9, we see that he had to really untie him, sort of disconnect him actually from the source that he had, from the traditions of his fathers, to connect him to a new source. And that new source was the pillar of fire himself, the same that Moses had met in the wilderness there, in the bush. And you know the story, which is in Acts chapter 9, where it was said that as he was on his way, from verse 3, he was approaching Damascus, and suddenly light from the sky shone around him, and he fell to the ground. He heard a voice say to him, "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?" He replied, "Who are you, Lord?" And the Lord said, what was it? That's when we have the revelation. He actually revealed to him the threefold mystery of that God whom Moses had encountered. And it is in this revealing this triple mystery that his vision was straightened and reframed. And so the revelation of this threefold mystery is here then in the 5th verse. Acts the 9th chapter, he said, "I am Jesus whom you persecute." It will be hard for you to kick against the pricks. So what is this triple mystery? He said, "I am." So the first element, the "I am" there, corresponded to that same pillar of fire, the Lord who appeared to Moses. Paul had the revelation of it, and he had just seen that in fact this "I am" there, it is this same pillar of fire that Moses had seen, but he brought him a second element by pronouncing the name Jesus. And in Exodus chapter 3, it was a question of saying to him, "You who am." It was still a mystery to him, but at this level the mystery is revealed by saying that we know that it is Jesus, therefore the one in which the pillar of fire again fully manifested. And he adds a third element in this mystery. He says that you persecute. So I am Jesus whom you persecute, to indicate what? In fact, the new form, the body that the pillar of fire was hiding in now. This is the triple mystery that was revealed to Paul at that time. Therefore, Saul of Tarsus understood that the very God for whom he had pledged himself to consecrate his life, whom he had decided to serve, it is this same God in reality, in an unconscious way, that he was persecuting through his earthly body. And so, by this revelation, by this new source source of inspiration. Therefore, Saul of Tarsus passed from the inspiration of the traditions of his fathers, the Pharisees, to the inspiration of the pillar of fire itself. And it is through this that his name could be changed so that he became Paul, that is to say, a great apostle, the doctor of the nations. Really think about it for a moment. What is your inspiration? For your ministry, to manage your marriage, in your businesses, in all that you do, what is it? Where do you actually draw your inspiration from to support your vision? I want you to really think about it. This is a very important point that we will continue to address in depth in our next meditation. But in the meantime, I'm going to ask you, because next time we'll talk about the 4 levels of inspiration in the world, and I'm going to urge you then to go and study during this time, Genesis chapter 12 to 41. In the meantime, the Lord truly fill you with His grace, and may His blessing be upon you abundantly. Shalom.